Hi everyone, it's Bernadette, Simply Be Fluid Art from Cape Town. I'm going to do another video for you with my own cell activator mix. I still use the Amsterdam paint, but I have my own cell activator medium. I don't use Floetrol and I don't use any oil, and I'm getting beautiful results. So this is I just wrote the name with the Koki with a permanent marker. It's called Simply Be Cell Activator Medium. I am branding and marketing this medium, so it's available in South Africa for now. It's not available internationally, unfortunately. I have to go through all the processes of registering the product, of getting an export license, and so on and so forth. So I'm busy with that. So it's only available in South Africa for now. This was done with my own cell activator. Let me bring it closer to you. You'll be able to see the beautiful effects that I get in the center, some beautiful lines and lacing, and those cells are just super gorgeous. I gave this painting a coat of spray varnish. This is a clear spray varnish that I use, and I will give it a coat of resin as well. So just look at how beautiful it has dried with no issues when I put the coat of resin on there. It is simply stunning, simply stunning. So I'm so happy that you are here with me again today. I'm going to be doing another video for you, once again using my own cell activator medium to mix up the cell activator. And I'm using it in this pour, and I will use it in future pours. But let me see if I've got something else to show you. Some skins that I've dried, allowed it to dry, and you can see how beautiful that looks. Let's get down to the video. Thank you once again for being here. So I start my process by first laying down my pillow onto the canvas. I don't allow the pillow to flow over the sides of the canvas just yet. I will spin the canvas to allow that to happen. So on the pillow, I'm going to lay down my color puddles for my background blowout, which I always do as a first step in my process. Today I'm doing 6 puddles and I'm using 3 colors. I've laid down a metallic sapphire, a metallic olive, and I'm also using a pearl white. Then I'm going to top off these color puddles with the cell activator that is mixed with the Amsterdam paint and my own cell activator pouring medium that I've just shown you just before we started the process. So once I've got the cell activator laid down on top of those puddles, I use my blow dryer on a high airflow. It's a cool setting. I'm going to blast the air directly into these puddles to spread them across the white pillow below. So randomly just blowing the cell activator over the colors first and getting the cell activator to perform its magic to create those beautiful cells. And then I'm going to blow the colors over the pillow below, just stretching it out with the force from the blow dryer does that very easily for me. My blow dryer has got a louver front which guides the airflow, and I've got it on a 35 centimeter spinner, which makes turning and positioning the canvas a little bit easier. Once I've got the puddles stretched out over the pillow, I will spin the canvas in order to stretch the paint over all 4 sides of my canvas. I'm using a deep edge canvas today, so I've added a little bit of extra pillow. And now I'm just lifting the canvas to tilt and stretch to allow for a beautiful balanced composition. And it's okay to tilt and stretch your canvas. You don't only have to spin it out. If you don't have a spinner, you can simply tilt and stretch your canvas to allow the pillow paint with all of those colors just to stretch over all four sides. Now that I'm happy with the composition of the background, I'm going to be laying down the puddles for the bloom flower blowout this time. So this is another step in my process. I first do the background and then I blow out the flowers on top of that background. There's no resting time in or drying time in between the two steps. I immediately, once I've done the background, I immediately proceed to lay down the colors for the bloom flower blowouts on top. There's no drying time in between. So I've chosen once again just some blue shades of blue that work well together. I've included the deep sapphire. I've also included a cerulean blue and a light blue shade, and I'm topping that off with the black and the white cell activator, blasting the air directly into the middle of the puddle to break up the cell activator to create the centers for myself, and then I will blow out the edges to create the petals. Once I've done the blowout of the petals, I will give the canvas gentle spins in both directions just to spread it out evenly, to enlarge it a little bit on the canvas, and also to get rid of some of the excess paint that is still on the surface. Now I'm using my finger just to pull some of that paint from the outer edges to the inside to define the petals and to separate them a little bit. I've got 5 petals blown out on this bloom flower. Spinning it now, as I've mentioned, just to stretch out that bloom a bit, to allow it to grow a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to take a step back and have a look, turn the canvas and have a view from it from all angles, and I'm actually deciding what my next step is going to be. These bloom flower paintings are never pre-planned. The only thing that I pre-plan is the color palette that I'm going to be wanting to use. But what's going to happen on the canvas, I really don't know until I've blown out the background. So I've decided I'm going to do 2 extra smaller blooms next to the larger one. But I wanted the violet to stand out in these color puddles. I'm still using some blue bloom paints, but I'm going to be adding a lot more violet to these puddles. Topping that off with the cell activator once again to create beautiful centers, and then I'm going to blast that with a puff of air from the blow dryer, spreading out those blooms and then defining the petals and spinning it once again just to allow the blooms to spread out and to enlarge while it's still wet. The centrifugal force from the spinning allows that blooms to spread itself on the canvas because all the paint is still wet. So defining the petals as I did for the larger one, using my finger this time. I usually use a skewer stick, but I decided to just use my finger for this time. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and you're watching this video thus far, thank you so much for giving me your time. I really appreciate it. Please consider subscribing to my channel, joining my pouring family, hit the notification bell and give this video a like. I would really, really appreciate that. So I've drawn some circles, created some vortexes in the center just to define the middles of those bloom flowers, giving the painting a little bit more interest. And now I'm defining the edges. I'm lifting up some of the darker shade of blue in my palette onto the tip of a skewer and then allowing that paint to roll off the tip of the skewer as I pull it along the edges of the petals, leaving a beautiful dark defined edge. So I've been edging my blooms for over 2 years now. It is part of my process. I always do it. I find that it enhances the look of my bloom flowers on all of my paintings. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. I really appreciate your time. I'm going to leave you to enjoy the rest of my video. Please go and watch my other bloom flower videos and do try this at home. It is so much fun and so therapeutic, and you have such beautiful artwork to show at the end of the process, something that you can be really proud of. So take care, my friends. Until I see you on the next video. Bye for now.